Well, hello, hello. Welcome.
Yeah, how are you?
Not too bad. I think I need to fix that camera.
Camera's just a little
bit on the low side. Yeah, cut our heads off.
I could duck down maybe.
Yeah.
See me better, but while we're jamming out, Greg's gonna adjust the camera here. Let me just go to me for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, looks good up there.
Well, let's see what it is.
What do we call that? Camera 2. There we go.
There we go. Camera lingo, it's like you got to leave some headroom.
Yep.
Otherwise, it looks a little bit awkward.
That's
We're a
good.
little awkward
Cutting
anyways, though,
top of my
right?
head off. Yeah. Now we're plenty.
Nah, we're awkward anyways.
That's the
some
long.
days.
That's our here's our long shot, and then here's our close up shot. See, our close up shot even is a. Let's just drag that down. There we go.
Yeah. This is what happens when Jennifer leaves us on her own.
Live edits. Nah, it's not too bad. So.
That's right. But through the magic of remote control, the control board is over there, and Keith is operating it from over here, which is kind of the same way that we do remote support, right?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
There's a computer
way.
across the room, or there's a computer across town or across state.
Across the state lines.
Yeah.
Other side of the world.
I just get on my laptop here. I log into my tools. I remote connect, and then I start moving around on the program for our video stuff.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. So I guess technically I could control our video from anywhere. Yeah. This thing ain't staying it
What's
up.
going on? It's being obstinate.
As long as they can hear me, that's what's important.
That's right. So yeah, talking about remote support and all that sort of neat stuff is a great segue into our weekly 15-second ad. Hang out. We'll be back. The Residential Protection Plan by HonorBound IT is the best support and service for home computer users. You get top-notch antivirus, backup, and remote support. Plus, if you need in-store service, it's free. Visit us at 109 Norris Avenue, McCook, or call 877-686-6642. Your digital peace of mind starts here. Well, welcome back.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. You know, just how we like our ads, right? We're not like a television station where they give you like 1 minute ads, 6 in a row.
Yeah. Tell you all the side effects of whatever medicine you're taking.
Why you shouldn't take it.
Yeah. Call your doctor.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, we had kind of like a really sort of a run of the mill week for the most part, wouldn't you think?
Well,
We helped a lot of people.
Yep, had some projects.
Yep.
Had potential projects.
Yep, that's right. Did a lot of web work.
Had some of our usual stuff going on in the stores, protection plans, computer cleanup, selling computers, doing just a little bit of everything this week.
You sold one this morning, the last HP laptop that we had in stock. So now we're gonna have to go dig another one up. They're not always easy to find, those 17 inchers, but a lot of people like them, particularly those of us who are getting a tad older and eyesight not as good as it used to be, or just plain like a nice large screen. And, but we go that extra mile to make sure that we can find those 17-inch machines, because that's what, a lot of people want for their home laptop. And then we have, the business folks that typically are going to buy the 15s because they're a little bit more, what'd you say, mobile?
Yeah.
They're way about the same, those
Well,
two.
yeah, and our 15 inches, those are our pro versions they do have extra warranty on there. They're just a better computer if you're going to be using your computer 40 hours a week.
Yep.
And so, it got the 10 key number pad. I think that's been the the biggest request on any laptop. I think we actively seek out laptops that have that, because everybody that
Yeah, nobody
wants
wants one like the one you have there. I mean, it's a nice laptop.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have, like, if you were to like work with numbers all day, that'd be useless.
Oh yeah, I would not like
Yeah.
to do this. I was just like doing spreadsheets or typing in numbers. Yeah, it'd be a little bit tougher.
Yeah, if all you're doing is Facebooking or YouTubing it or whatever, then. But even at that,
Yeah. Well, that's
You
not
know,
too
it's
bad. I'm
nice
just
to have that.
clicking, and typing.
10 key I prefer, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I missed on my XPS, and now with my new Lenovo that we set up a couple weeks ago. I actually really like that thing. I like it so much because, we have to be very security conscious in our business, so we're taking care of everybody else's equipment. It actually senses when I walk away from the computer, but I haven't had to enter a password in 2 weeks, for getting into the computer for some of the websites that I have, because they support passkey and all that sort of stuff. But if I walk away for 5 minutes, it blanks out. When I go sit back in my seat, it notices that I'm sitting in my seat. Oh, okay, it's you. And it lets me in. I don't have to put a password in. So that's kind of cool. It was a little bit more expensive, but you get what you pay for. But I use mine more than 40 hours a week.
Exactly.
It's like 40 plus 30 maybe. And we went on a road trip yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday.
A couple days ago.
It's all a flipping blur, I tell you.
Yeah, that's what we do.
In between tickets and that sort of thing, it all runs together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what did we look at out there?
Oh, well, we went and had a call about a customer has a site that they're doing some, just some ag work, it's just basic got a little operation going on out there, got multiple, buildings, and they want to make sure that they can monitor their buildings when they're not there. So they have camera systems that were installed, and they have internet out there, but the internet is probably the biggest problem. And so, we get a call and they ask, well, can you come and see if there's anything that you can do to make it better? And so, we're happy to go out and do an evaluation of your site, look around, see what we think we can improve on, what you got already currently, what's working, what's not. And, what's not working is the internet. And the internet's coming from a place that's, I don't know, maybe 2,000, maybe 3,000 feet away. So it's bouncing off one radio to another radio, and he's got internet, but it's not, it could be better. And so, we go out and we look, we've actually done a few of these projects on people who have metal buildings, right?
Yeah, because there's a buttload of metal buildings out there, yeah.
Yeah, and so those metal buildings, they need wireless access points inside the building. And so, doing some cabling and setting up some Wi-Fi, stuff like that. He's actually going to purchase a Starlink unit to get his internet a lot better.
Those are a good deal.
Yeah, and where he's at, there's really not very many options. I mean, he's, 10 miles or so from town, something like that.
Oh, yeah, probably.
And he's in the middle of, between a couple of fields, so there's really no reliable connections on. His parents got an internet, but the line doesn't run across to where he's at.
Yeah, it's not reliable.
So he's getting a Starlink with the satellite, and then the idea is to hook up the internet into one main location and then run all of his stuff across the property. So that way he can get his cameras hooked up, he can get Wi-Fi in his office, and, just basically have a good experience when he's out there, because he needs to do the internet and his cameras need to work because, if something happens, he needs to have video, or, if he doesn't want to go out there, he can actually just log in, look at his cameras and see what's going on when he's not there.
Yeah, and it's a deterrent, even if you're not using them specifically, like if the bad guys see it, they're more likely to pass you over if they see cameras, and they won't know what building they're with the NVR's in.
Yep.
And then there's like securing the whole network down, which is something that we do. So, yeah. And then we kind of came up with a new way of actually processing that sort of stuff because it is complex. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 buildings, that need to have access to the internet because they've got cameras from different angles. And it gets to be complex really fast, and you can kind of try to do it in your head, but then when we talk amongst each other, we just keep going around in circles, because it's really hard you can visualize something in your head, but explaining it to somebody, let's just write it down and go, this building needs this, this, and this. What kind of connections are there? Is it an inter-building connection? Is it an internal connection? Do we need to do a cable run? Do we need to, do whatever? And so we kind of, I think, have maybe that'll be something you can do next week is come up with a template for that. Because we love templates. That's a really important tip, is just like kind of like we're in business, we're here for profit. And every, 2 months, we do an audit. And so Keith built out templates that he uses every other month to make sure that, everything is all hunky-dory and that, our suppliers are charging us the right amounts and we're charging the right quantities to our clients and that sort of deal. So templates are a good idea. Great idea. If you're wondering how to do them, give us a call. Call him.
Oh, yeah. I've done enough of them.
You've done enough of them. You're getting pretty darn good at that Excel stuff, the stuff that's a little bit more advanced.
Yeah, well, when you use it every day, you try to figure out a trick to help you out. And
Keith's the kind of guy, he's like the 1% better every time. So, when he makes something and the next time he goes to make it, let me just see if I can make that better. He'll go back to something that he reuses all the time, once and go, well, how can I fine tune this to make it more automated, more efficient? And so that's kind of one of the good things about Keith. He sort of loves to figure those little puzzles out.
I'll try my best.
Yes, you do well. But yeah, and I didn't tell you, like, I've been working away on, trying to standardize some of the, every morning when I get up, when I have most energy to, my brain works the best. I've been working on trying to lock down a process for us when we go to set up new customers on their Microsoft 365 and Intune and the Microsoft 365 security. And I used Copilot this morning on my phone for the first time.
Nice.
Because I was curious, about automating some of the processes that we'd like to do. There's several policies that we want to be able to put in place to enhance security for your Microsoft 365 tenant. And so I didn't know whether or not you could automate it using PowerShell script, which is like a little bit of code that you can write. And so I asked Copilot, which is an AI thing from Microsoft, and you can get it on your phone. It's free. Asked Copilot, said, can you make a PowerShell script so that you can template security conditional access, which is one type of template for security using PowerShell scripting language. And she told me. basically how to do it and where to find, the resources to, write scripts for ourselves so we can be more efficient and more accurate. Because when you have a template to work from and you follow it religiously, your outcome and your result is just that much more consistent and hopefully better. So something that we'll probably end up working on here pretty soon. But yeah. And then you ended up rolling around in the dirt this week, didn't you?
A little bit.
You were doing some dusting with your jeans up.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Had a little project we worked on.
Yeah, another network bundle. How about that?
Wasn't too bad.
One of these days we're going to have to film doing one of those because they're kind of fun. They're a lot of fun. Got a little bit of cleaning up, like polishing up, to make it pretty. It's functional. It needs to be pretty now. Keith will do that next week, but that was all good.
Yeah.
Worked just as we expected. So for us, it's like home. For the customer, it's like, how cool is that? And then out in the shop, where another metal building, well, there's metal buildings everywhere. It's an auto repair shop. Couldn't get internet on the other side of the building, so we put an access point out there, and away we go. Got really good speed, tested it, was as quick there as it was, as close to the router. So, yeah.
It's always good to have some of those looking up parts or needing to look up a manual or something like that. And even if they're using their phone, they weren't getting no signal. And so we made it where they can actually hit signal, They have multiple bays in the shop, so they don't have to walk all the way back across the building to get to the computer, to look up a part, to walk back to the thing. Oh, I forgot something. I have to walk back again. And
well, let's just face it. Like in those places, it's an obstacle course because there are, things that you have to walk around. If you were to go from the far end of the shop to where they had to go to get internet, it would have been like, 5 minutes maybe? 5 minutes there, 5 minutes back. There's 10 minutes. How many times do you do that in a day? And then, and how much do you bill? And you can't bill for time that you're spending walking around. So, and being able to get stuff out the door faster, adds up. You do that 3-4 times, you've lost an hour and a half, gone, boom, So it makes good sense to have good equipment. Don't be cheap, because sometimes being penny wise is pound foolish. And if you're wondering, just do the math. Go take the walk and figure out how long it takes and keep track of how many times that you would do that in a day, or estimate. And you'll find out real quick, doing things right saves you money in the long run.
Well, and the network bundles, for these little shops, they're not outrageously priced. They're actually, it's a one-time cost to set everything up. There's buying the hardware, and there's us installing and programming the hardware, and just getting all those things plugged in, the cables, making sure your printers work, making sure your phones work, your computer's on the internet, you can get to all your stuff, your Wi-Fi works in the shop. We test all this stuff. We use tools to actually test the cables. That's one of the most important things sometimes it's overlooked is, sometimes buildings have older cables and you don't know how good they are. So we actually have tools that we can test them and make sure that they are reliable. And then we put it into the rack, we cable it, we clean it up, and then you're ready to go. And in case you do add more stuff, we are actually set up, and we do this for a lot of people. We set them up so that you can grow. So you can add another computer, another camera, another access point, whatever it is that, you think your business might need in the future.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, a little bit of try to future proof, in some cases people are going to use it, but really the amount of dollars that, pass hands to do one versus the other is negligible comparison to if you're missing that one port that you need to add that additional item, and then you got to buy a whole new piece of equipment. Well, why would you do that when, for $20-30, difference, you can have something that is going to be much more future proof for you. So, yeah. Other than that, just a lot of website work this week, really. We have still materials from the old website, which, is not active, but we haven't had a chance to go back and get some of that old stuff that we wrote. And I wanted to grab that. So we had like 50 articles, 49 articles that we had written in a few videos. And so I captured those so that we can put them, rework them, because some of them are a little bit dated and we want to give you accurate and up-to-date information. And so we'll rebuild those coming soon. Hopefully some useful stuff, and maybe make some videos to go along with them. So yeah, I'm tired. It's been a week. It's been a lot of like you had an all-day ticket today.
Yeah, well.
And I have had all-day tickets too.
Sometimes you work with these tech support people, myself included even, but, there's all kinds of software out there, and, some software you get people, the tech support's really good. You don't have to, you get to the right person pretty quickly. And then there's some tech support you work on, like I had to today, where I need to go to tech support. Well, they put me to this one department. Oh, you need to go to this department. Okay, let's go there. Okay, they give it to this department. Oh, actually, you need to go to this other department. Okay, let's go there. And every time I get transferred to a new department, there's a little thing that pops up. You are 16 in the queue. You are 23 in the queue. And I'm just like, oh, my goodness. And so, yeah.
And you walked away for 10 seconds. And your turn was up.
I said, there's 23 in the queue. Okay, I have a few minutes to do something else. And that 23 in the queue turned to number one in the queue in like less than a minute. And I was away, missed the continuing session, and, probably a blessing in disguise. But I ended up getting with somebody. They actually, okay, let's try this. And if it doesn't work, we'll give you a phone number to call. Okay, it didn't work. Call the phone number. Called the phone number, get to the person, and the person I talked to, now I spent all morning looking through their website, trying to find instructions on how to do this licensing thing, and couldn't find anything. Pick up the phone, call the guy. He's like, yep, I know exactly what you need to do. You need to do this, this, and this. And I mean, he had me up in like 5 minutes. And I was like, man, I wish you would have told me this 4 hours ago. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't have any part of that. Well, no, you didn't, but somebody else did. And why didn't you have an article for this thing that took 5 minutes for me to do? And then once I got it going, the client, oh, everything's working perfectly now. Yes.
Yeah, a little hard for an accountant to like stay in business if they can't, put their, submit their tax returns.
Yep.
Yep. But,
we fought the good fight, and we won.
Exactly. We win all the time. We never lose. We sometimes have to fight longer than we'd like, but we always fight until the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and it's good. It's like sometimes, sometimes it's, one thing after another, and we're steady working, and then sometimes it's just one thing, and actually nothing else really came up today. So it was kind of like I didn't get overwhelmed with multiple things. It was like, hey, this one thing, and there was a call here and there that I was able to answer and talk to, but it wasn't like something that, okay, I got to stop what I'm doing and focus on this. Pick up the phone, make a few comments, and say, oh, we're good to go. But it wasn't like, oh, I didn't have to put anybody off and say, hey, I'm working on this. Can I call you Monday or something like that? No.
Yeah.
We didn't run any of that, thank goodness.
Yeah, then when we were about to start our live stream today, we had a very nice man come in right at the very last second while Keith was trying to lock the door.
It happens.
That's right. Customers come first, though. So sorry for the wait, but we had a legitimate reason. Customers always come first. Right?
Exactly right.
Is it like time for like kitty cat of the week, or what is it?
Did you get a cat up there?
I did. I put a kitty cat up
Let's
there.
find out.
That would be my pride and joy.
What we got going on here?
That'd be Jamie. Every morning he rolls around on his back and you see that big fat belly. He
do.
wants it scratched. But you know why he wants it scratched?
It itches? I don't know.
It bites.
It bites.
It wants to bite. It's belly bait. So we give him good old scratches every day. Cats are so routine. And so we give him a little scratch. Never bites hard. It's just, play bite. But we kind of have our playtime every morning where we play, see if you can bite Papa's hand before you can pull it away.
That happens.
But yeah, I think I'm done for. I'm ready for a weekend. How
It's
about
done.
you?
See. Yeah, it's been a week.
It's time to like kind of party our way out of here, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. So we'll dance our way out of here. Just for my brother-in-law Terry. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Whenever that may be.
Yes. It may be next week. It may not be. We're about to find out.
Bye for now.